we're going to go to a place where in 1982, a woman by the name of Sherry Eyerly, at 18 years old, was abducted. Her body was never found, but at the site we're going to is where they found her vehicle, still running with the e-brake on, the door open, 3 pizzas, and her hat nearby. A guy by the name of George Hutmacher was coming home after doing fireworks with his kids and saw the car report to the police. Now, that led into a massive manhunt and search. You know, people out here, the place will be going, searching for days upon days upon days upon weeks with no remnants of a body ever being found. The first suspected killer was a guy by the name of Darrell Wilson. Darrell Wilson was camping 35 miles away. However, he was not at the campsite between the hours of 6:30 p.m. and 3:30 a.m. The Eyerly family hired a psychic, kind of like Matt. You know how Matt can like touch things and he gets a feeling this guy can apparently shake your hand and be like, he fucking did it. And that's what he did. Later that afternoon, Darrell Wilson hung himself in his closet. Darrell Wilson was also suspected of a disappearance of a 9-year-old, a case that still hasn't been solved.
His sister?
No, his niece, I think.
Niece, yeah.
Anyway, so the reason why Darrell Wilson was implicated, one, the big time span, but 2, more than that, there was a lime green Ford pickup truck seen around the abduction site that night. Well, he had a lime green truck that he then painted root beer brown about 2 weeks after her disappearance. So then the case goes cold, and it's cold for many years. The Eyerly family is wrecked with grief. The parents split up because it was just too painful. Alcoholism, all these things. Then you fast forward to 2007, where a guy by the name of William Scott Smith, a grade A piece of shit, was coerced into a confession that he has since tried to, he's literally filed motions to be like, no, this was coerced, I wasn't Mirandized, any of that stuff. Anyways, William Scott Smith got pinned with the murder in 2007, saying on the courtroom floor, I'll say whatever they want me to say so long as I get my deal. Now, don't get me wrong, William Scott Smith is a serial killer. He is a known serial killer. He liked to do what they call a bump and run method. Typically what he'd do is he'd bump into the back of a car, and when you got out to exchange information and give insurance and stuff, he would snatch the woman, throw him in his car, drive off, where he would then sexually assault them horribly before strangling them to death and then throwing their bodies in a little pudding river.
What's his kill count?
His kill count's 4 currently.
4?
Yeah. He's implicated in 7 more, but he's convicted of 4.
Okay.
So imagine pulling down this in the black of night.
Yeah, I can definitely feel how scared she was. You know what I mean?
So you're driving up and down this road trying to find an address that turns out to be fictitious.
Turned around right now. But you gotta make money. Holy shit. So we just pulled up. It's right there. We're gonna get out. And we're not even gonna pull any equipment out right now. We're gonna do that later. We're just gonna feel it. Here we go. All right. Didn't really want to go up to it. It's, I know about the story. I've done some research the past week because Caleb told me about it. This is scary, dude. It's like just to think about what happened here. I know we've been to a lot of places like this. So here I go. Wow, dude. So we just left the site. you guys saw, I was about to talk to Caliph without even filming because I'm so just in awe of how, I'm going to use a word that Caliph likes to use, gross. It's a very gross, I don't know, 10 by 10 square feet. Like
driving down this road in the middle of the fucking night.
Yeah, I mean,
dark.
It's like, check this out. Like, it's in the middle of the day and no one is around. I think an abduction site might even hold more tragic energy than a body being dumped.
Well, like we discussed out there, that's it. At that place, that person ceased to exist. That was the last known place of existence for a human being. And now it's just a giant metal marker to commemorate this is where we found her stuff. As opposed to this is where we found her body or whatever have you.
Yeah, it was weird because there was no signs of struggle. So we're sitting there trying to figure out exactly how it worked, who did it. Not investigating, but just amongst ourselves. And it's just like, this whole scenario is so weird.
Well, the way that everybody knew everybody, the way that it was so interconnected, the way that it was so random, and like the guy that killed her, that was convicted of killing her, William Scott Smith, they found all three of the bodies of the people he was actually convicted for, and hers is just MIA.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. That does not make any sense at all. So there's a lot of, and that's why it's such a haunt.
Yeah, Daryl Wilson, the one that committed suicide. Everybody was pretty well positive that he was the one. There's too many pieces that fit for that guy, Benny. Too many pieces that fit.
Yeah.
And because of that, that was the prime suspect. And then, William Scott Smith had an airtight alibi. He was a trucker.
Yeah.
He was a long haul trucker.
Mm.
However, somehow, some way, they found a receipt or something that tied him here during the night of the abduction, which is crap. Just randomly finding things like that. But what it boils down to is that there's just a lot more. There's a lot more pieces to this stuff than I think people understand or comprehend. That such a small town thing as a disappearance can literally plague a community for 40 plus years.
Yeah. And just because, I think the hauntings probably gotten even more intense.
Last time we were there, it was bad.
Was it? And that was 4 years ago, so.
Imagine a fear cage with no EMF around you.
Yeah, no, it's terrifying.
Yeah. Like
absolutely terrifying.
Like a paranormal induced fear cage.
Yeah.
The energy was so strong that, the shadow play, you were seeing shadows move everywhere. You were seeing things walk up and down the road. You were hearing women scream. You were hearing clawing in the gravel. You would hear things be thrown at you from, the bushes and whatnot. And it's like, something is not right here.
Yeah. It definitely felt like that. Being there. Being back at night would be insane. Opening up a little more, And who knows? Maybe we'd find the answer to who actually did it. That's why we do what we do. Help the spirit.
This case, the Eyerly case, like I lived, breathed, and slept this case for almost a decade. And it holds a lot of sentimentality in my heart as far as, I never met her. Clearly I wasn't even born.
Right.
But yet I feel like I've known her my entire life. So it's an odd thing.
This stuff definitely takes guts to even visit, We don't really have to investigate for it to affect us that much.
You have to be careful with the family too, right? Like, you don't want to insult the family and the work that we're doing.
No,
we don't want,
never.
We don't want to cross lines and try to come up with theories that are just completely batshit and off the wall, because that causes more trauma to a family they don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we have something that runs the same parallel lines, yes, we're going to go with that. But we're not going to sit here and do anything that's going to hurt a family in the end, because, it's not important enough for us to make it sound cooler in order to hurt more people.
Yep, I agree. Let's close it.
Close the loop.
Closing the loop.